there's already a really weird energy to this. Like, I keep like feeling ready to start, but just not ready at all. It's like there's like a feeling of like waiting. Like, is it ready yet? Is it ready yet? It's like there's no more left for me to do, and it's like the energy is asking me to start, but there's also just such an energy of like it just doesn't feel quite right, or something's not clicking. So that's the little message for the intro. But there are timestamps below for the actual piles for the normal pick a card reading, well, quote unquote normal. But for now, at the beginning, I'm gonna be creating the pile, so I'm gonna be drawing for each pile. I don't know how many piles there's gonna be yet, but we'll see as I draw, and I'm gonna channel some healing, loving energies, maybe with messages if they come through for just the beginning, whoever wants to join for that. So I'll now proceed to move up and turn the camera to the paper. Okie dokie. Is he in the middle? I don't know if that's in the middle or not. Sorry if it's not, and if it annoys you. Let's turn it this way actually. Yeah. Okay. Surprisingly, damn. I'm getting cards already. I thought that we were gonna be drawing, but I guess there are some cards that want to come through, and there's a strong energy of protection coming through, and it's not like a confirmation, it's more like what is that energy? It's not a confirmation. What does that mean? I heard you'll know. Okay, so that's for some people. If you know, then it was for you. Is this a message for the, yeah, empowerment? I mean, that goes with the protection energy. The frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in a deep trust that we are all connected through the same source. And at the back we have heart chakra. So I guess I'll continue with the the energy at the start. This is gonna be a little bit of an intro pile reading, because I feel like drawing just for you. Like, this isn't about choosing the piles, this is just for you. What if there are no piles and this is just gonna be a one tier pick a card reading of you picked it, you you picked the only card. It feels like antenna. It feels like there's something coming through your energy, and it's a blessing that you have this ability to draw in energy. However, you're also drawing in energy that is unwanted. And that's not to say that you necessarily have to like find out where this energy has come from, or like look into the energy itself, but there's just like there's this energy of like these are the ones that you're wanting. You are drawing in light, but then there's also this energy of like, I want to say confusion coming in, and it's not okay. That kind of makes sense. It's not your own energy. And for those of you who resonate with being connected to someone else in a loving way very strongly, we've got heart chakra, yeah. If you're connected to, like, if you have, say, a divine counterpart kind of energy, and you know that you're connected to this and that it's of love, it's like this is them or you, and this is the them or you, and it feels like perhaps you're having struggle feeling them because there's an energy that's like in between. And that's not to say that this is wrong. It kind of feels like an energy that is just passing through. I kind of want to draw a spiral on it. And that kind of reminds me of like shell energy. So the energy I was picking up before and now very strongly is like, it's almost like something needs to be said, but it's really hard to say it, because it's like, if you can hear my voice also, it's like right now I'm in the energy of like, there's a lot that can be said. Like I already have a lot of messages for this, but it's like, it's such a struggle to speak that it makes me want to not say anything and just be quiet. And I wonder if some of you are surrounded by people who make you want to recluse, or people who make you not want to speak. Having the empowerment card here, it feels like bringing in energy of love, not through trying to fix this energy that is in the way, because I kind of feel like expressing how divine this energy is, and that it is in its own path, and yet it's like this energy that is, yes, not good for you in one sense, it's not there for you to try and change either, and it's not there for you okay, let me start that sentence again. Having your connection to light is what will enable you to understand this energy that you're currently in. What does that mean? The way I'll express this for me now is, for example, me with that throat. I can recognize that I am embodying this energy because I'm channeling it. However, and therefore it is supposed to be there because I'm channeling it to understand a message to give to you. However, my own personal empowerment comes from knowing that that's not my energy blockage that I'm picking up on. So it's like, say alignment is light in the center. It's these two combined into one. Where do I... I felt like I had my direction then, but then something came in and took away my thought. And there was a big feeling like it wasn't supposed to happen, like I was supposed to continue on talking, but me not trying to fix that trail of thought that left and actually just surrendering to that flow of continuing with what I am being shown and what is being brought to me, which is including what is being taken away. That is what is leading me to be able to express the message that is most healing to express. I'm just gonna ground my energy so I can channel more removed than within this energy. Okay. Yeah, it's literally just an energy of you are connected to very flowing on your path energies, and it's recognizing that just because you're experiencing not the most light energies, it doesn't mean that you're not supposed to be, or it doesn't mean that you need to fix them or you need to do anything. It doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. Yeah, okay, that's what I want to say. Like, you are perfect. What I was actually trying to write then was like, you have done nothing wrong, which I'm gonna write. You have done nothing wrong. And I want to point that out, that I put you are perfect first. And it's not the message that was trying to come through. I was shown the energy that you are feeling, that you are needing to hear. You have done nothing wrong. Yeah, because I feel like you are perfect. I feel like that isn't clicking with you. I want to draw that. That's reminding me of, what's Chiron's symbol? Or not Chiron. There's something like in astrology, I feel like, and I don't even know if it's that symbol, but there's something like that. I can't think of what it is, but maybe that's for someone. Yeah, what I was trying to say was, you are perfect. I feel like that is not clicking, but I was trying to like shift the message that was coming through, because I thought that you have done nothing wrong wasn't as like love based. I was trying to get it to like flip it to the positive instead of like nothing wrong. I wanted to do like everything right. But I feel like the message here is like, you don't need to change anything. You have done nothing wrong, and it's okay to be in that energy of like the flip-flop. This energy is really interesting to channel, because it's like, I feel like you already know. I feel like you have all the answers. I feel like you have all the answers, and I feel like this is making sense to you. But I feel like you're almost going in like this spiral. And that's interesting that I began it in the center and brought it outwards, because the way I was actually seeing it was more like you're going in this spiral down. And it's like, in the past, it may have been that you needed with all of your being to not go down that spiral, because you would have just like stayed there. It's interesting, I'm kind of drawing those lines as if it's like a shell, like a snail shell. It's like you're afraid of loosening your grip, because you think that you'll lose yourself into this spiral of like darkness or something. And yeah, this spiral is the same as this darkness. So it could definitely be like, it's not necessarily energies outside of yourself that are influencing you in a like quote unquote negative light. But it could be, yeah, because see, this spiral is at the center. It is what connects these two light energies. It's like there's something that you're deeming as negative that is actually the connecting point between two things that is positive. Using the words positive and negative here, I feel like could be quite confusing. Or maybe it's just not the way my ego brain likes it. Yeah. And I think this message for you is, you need to know that you won't lose yourself. And it may have been that in the past, had you gone down this spiral or just surrendered in the past, you would have. But this time, or maybe you did. Maybe you literally did experience losing yourself, and you're afraid of releasing control in case you do again. But this is, your confirmation, your reassurance that you won't. And if you do, which you could, I mean, everything is possible, right? This energy is picking up that you won't, but if you do, you can get out of it again. It's like you're here now today, which means that you succeeded and you can succeed again. It's not to say that you'd want that experience, but the point is there is something that you are now coming into awareness more and more of that is maybe an energy drain, but it's not something that you need to try and fix. And you haven't done anything wrong by feeling maybe less light than usual or less secure in yourself. Yeah, I want to draw like a really stable I wanted to say the word fountain then, even though stage was what was coming to mind. No, like not stage. Maybe stage for some people, but not stage. Like a foundation of sorts. I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of. But essentially the meaning of that is even with like taking a look from a more bird's eye view of all of this drawing, it looks crazy. It looks like squiggles everywhere. Like there could be a lot going on and you may not at first glance or at many glances be able to deduct what's going on. You might not be able to understand it. There just might be a lot of energies, or there's just a lot. It squiggles. But at the bottom of it all is a really solid foundation that you've built for yourself. So no matter what happens above, you're not gonna fall because you have built a reliable, solid something, no matter what that is for you. Maybe for some people that is like a physical thing, but for all of you, I want to say it's a knowing or like some form of spiritual support that you know that you can always fall back on, which is the self. I want to draw a circle and I want to make that the strongest part of the reading. Okay, now I see a few things. I see at first I saw a snowman, like this is the head and this is the body. These are the three coals. These are the eyes. And that's the carrot nose. And what? Is it Pebbles? That's like the classic mouth. I feel like it's Pebbles. Oh, and yeah, these look like the sticks for arms. But then I was seeing this as like wings and you're a fairy. So, and then more images started to come through and it feels like the more you it's not even like focus on yourself. I was going to say the more you focus on yourself, the more you open up to like the joys of living, the more like the happier you will be. Did I say this? I saw this as a fairy. I think I just said wings, but like the second thing after the snowman, what I saw was a fairy going like wee. And that gave me the message of like connecting to other realms and you finding a lot of joy through that. Okay, what was the message then I was saying? Okay, it doesn't matter. If it's not coming, it's not coming. Oh yeah, that's what it was. I was saying the more you focus on yourself, but what I was feeling was not necessarily the more you focus on yourself, but more like the more you acknowledge the self. It's like, okay, again with the like looking at this piece of paper from a bird's eye view of like recognizing that even though there's loads of squiggles, like that circle is there. Okay, that word didn't come through as clarifyingly as I was expecting it. There's like a very clear energy of, it's about recognizing what you already are, and that cannot be lost because you've gained it. It's like, I'm kind of seeing this in the format of a game, but I can't quite see it. It's kind of like if someone were to take this away from you, this stability of self, or something that you've gained that you're afraid of losing. If someone were to take this away, it, like a new one would just birth in an instant to the same degree, because it's something that, like, inherently just, you've gained it. It can't be taken away, but it can. It's like, that's the thing. It's like, you can lose this thing. I don't know what it is, but you can lose it, but it would just come straight back. Like, not necessarily the same one, but like a new cloned version. Yeah, because it's something. Okay, so I just got the example before. All that time I was seeing this more like sense of self, or your spiritual awareness, or enlightenment stages, or connection to higher realms, that kind of thing. But then the example I just got was like someone who has entered a new relationship and they're really afraid of losing this person that they really, really love. But the thing is that they have reached this new relationship because they're aligned with that love within themselves, and that's being reflected outward. And so it's like, even if this person, this new relationship, this new partner leaves, that love would not leave, and a new person who is just as perfect and that you love just as much would just replace them. That's not the, like, it's kind of a weird example, but that's I think that really explains the energy, because it's like there's something that you've built that cannot be taken away. And I'm kind of feeling like, I know that doesn't look like it, but I'm kind of feeling like DNA. I don't know. I'm not going to add more to that. Okay. Sometimes when I do like channel drawings like this, I finish with a dot, and it's like I know when it's time to do the dot, and it's time. So I did not mean to drop that. Okay, we finished that segment of the reading. Now I will question if we're doing a pick a card. Yeah, we're gonna do a pick a card too. Oh right, I'm looking at the camera wrong. Put these cards away. I'm hearing keep them out. Okay, well, do you want to tell me how many cards we're gonna do? 1. Whee! 2. 3. No, that's it. Okay. Oh, macabre at the bottom. I like macabre. Okay. I think. Yeah, I think we'll not do more drawing. I was gonna do. No, I'll do a small drawing. I'll put that away and fold this and do a drawing for each. This reading changed a lot than what I thought it was gonna be. When I said at the start that I wanted to like channel energies, I meant like with my voice. like going like Yashuanya Watie. will just do drawings in the reading, because like the way my hands have just set this up is that it's time to do the pile selection. I guess we'll do that. I hope this is the top. Yeah, no, this is the top for you, isn't it? That's the top. Interesting. That might have looked really... Oh, was that backwards? Oh, now I don't know. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's just put that away. That is part of the message somehow. Use your intuition. Okay. Hello, pile selection people. Welcome in. Here are your piles. Pile number 1, 2, and 3. And if you want crystals, we've got 1, 2, and 3. Oh, that's not really in the shot, is it? Maybe I'll do this as the pile selection. Yes. Welcome. No, I'm not. I can't change it now. What is that message? Why would I? Anyone who's still listening here, there's definitely like something that keeps making you feel like the way that you want to do something needs to be questioned, and there's a strong message coming through of everything is okay and you are okay. There might just be like a lot going on and you feel a bit like you're being taken by all these energies, and there's a call to breathe and bring awareness to your body or your soul within your body. Bring awareness to awareness itself. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so those are your 3 piles, and let's begin with pile number 1. Welcome in, pile number 1. You chose the 1 card. I think I'm gonna do these readings this away. Yeah. It's just like an energy cleared when I did that. I think there's a strong energy for you of recognizing just how wise you have become, and a part of that wisdom is going to come through understanding what it is that you've already created. Some of you, this is something very... Not me. Call me if you want. Why is this... Yeah. Okay, sorry. It doesn't seem to focus. A part of this wisdom is... Part of this recognition is through just seeing very plainly what it is that you have created. It could be very helpful for some of you to express where you have come. I was seeing this to like a friend, or it doesn't have to be though, it can just be simple expression. Laying out really clearly. There's a very precise energy with this, and you've got 2 very, very grounding cards. They feel very secure in themselves, and I think that there's a message coming through of recognizing that security. The frequency of the root chakra, the red flower of life, stimulates passion and supports our sense of security on this physical plane, both in our bodies as well as in the physical world. Wait, what? Okay, I got confused because it said both in our bodies as well as in the physical world, but I was like, those are the same. I thought it was gonna say like both in our bodies and like in the higher planes. there's something so simple. It's like, this isn't an energy coming through of like multiple layers. For example, if you were wanting to answer a question through this reading, the answer would be, it is the way it seems. Like, there's nothing like below the surface, there's nothing gonna come in and change your mind about it. There's something very secure here, something very long lasting and very I had the word eloquent. I don't know if that, I feel like that word kind of comes to my mind a lot. And again, that's the message that's coming through, is this is something reliable, this is something that like will continue to come through. If you are beginning a creation, if you have just created something, it is something very long lasting, and it's almost gonna like weave itself into the foundation of who you are and your entire life. Yeah, with that message of both in our bodies as well as the physical world, it's like something is so foundational that it is not only going to show up and reflect itself in the outside of you, but also the inside of you, and that could be very physical. Yeah, there's like a blue energy coming through. It is kind of changing, like the color blue. I want to say it's not a solid color, or it's maybe a color that I don't know of. I'm not sure if this is a part of your energy or simply my own energy, because for the intro pile, the energy was kind of insane. It was very, it had me like in a whirlwind, but your energy is like so very grounded, that if that is just my energy, then it's just me then being able to relate to you just how calming of an influence that you have on others, and how I'm looking at the card and seeing the depth. It's like you have such a peace about you, but that peace extends so far into your core. Yes. So if it's not my energy that has gone from a state of being chaotic to now extremely peaceful, then it's your energy, that you have come from somewhere that you haven't always been this way. You have come from a state of kind of looking in every direction, or like maybe you had been searching for something for so long, and now you finally found it, and you can just sit in a peace of enjoying it. There's such like but it's like, although there was like an energy of looking everywhere for something, or continually trying and it not working out, and now it has worked out, there's also a sense of like, it's not like flip-flopped, it's not like chaos to peace. It was more gradual than that. So maybe this reading is helpful if you kind of hadn't noticed noticed the extent of where you've reached, the extent of peace that you've come into, the extent of your stability, because it was like it was a trickling, because often things that we build up over time within ourselves, that we like muscle, that we build the muscles of, those are the things that are most secure, whereas something that kind of comes from nowhere, like in a huge flash, can sometimes wisp away and just as quickly as it came. I want to note though, like, it's like, here's the thing, it's like, I feel like what you have come into recently, or just in general where you're at, what you've come into, it's not necessarily that it didn't happen, like, boom. It could have been that it came very, like, 1 minute it was not there and 1 minute it was there. But it's like, maybe the very nature of what it is has such a gentleness, or has such a stabilizing, peaceful energy that it doesn't feel like it's like overwhelmingly different. In the example that this could be, like, actually anything, it's like you felt the energy gradually becoming stronger and stronger. So like, if this is a person, it's like you felt their soul like kind of merge with yours before you met them. So it was like you gradually felt them more and more, and so when you actually met them, it was like your body was already accustomed to their energy, and you didn't have to be conscious that you were tapping into their energy beforehand. It's just you were. And I think this goes to anything that this could be, whether it's a project or a location or a person or an idea, anything. It's rooted in your sense of self, or your sense of, like, I kind of don't want to for you say like who you know that you are. It's more like who that you have a very, like, perceptive personality, I'd say. It's like, so maybe it is you knowing who you are, but because of who you are, it doesn't feel like self-oriented. It feels very I'm looking at the world and I know what the world is now, and therefore, like, someone else looking at you would say, oh, you know yourself really well. But for you, it's more like, no, I understand the world very well now, or I understand reality, or the cosmos, the universe, everythingness, just existence. There's a very, like, detached sense of being. Like, when I said the word existence, I felt like that might be the one that resonated with you the most, because there's just a sense of non-attachment. There's a sense of, like, you seeing yourself in everyone's eyes and understanding that, just that oneness energy. We are all one. It feels just like that they're simply mirrors of you. Non-attachment. I kind of want to get a card about that, actually, and drink my lemon water. My mind wants to go, my first instinct was beyond Lemuria, but there's something really intriguing, like magical, about Spirit of the Animals right now. So naturally I'm going to do both. I think people find it really easy to talk with you. That's wobbling the camera, isn't it? I have you propped up on my table, kind of. The tripod is connected to the table, and the table is wobbly. And when I shuffle on the table, therefore you wobble. That didn't make sense. The message that I was feeling from that was, you really like to understand the way things work. You really like to understand the way things work. You might be quite inventive, because in both the same way that you like to take things apart, you like to be able to put them together. And so inventive, yes, put things together. It's like, it almost doesn't feel creative. It's like, it could be extremely creative, but there's just like a scientificness about it. It's like, you would be, say you wanted to create like a teddy bear. You would be creating like the color of it based off what you were trying to achieve with that final teddy bear product, and the number of arms it had would come from like, well, how many different functions does it, like what are the purposes of each arm, and like where it went would be significant in the body too. Like there's just a sense of like, so it is creative. You created a whole teddy bear, but it's like so mathematically done. Yeah. But why is that coming through? Oh, it's splitting to water and new blueprints. I bet you love blueprints. Yeah, and it's got unique gifts under that with water, because I feel like it is the merging of you may have heard, if you've done if you've had other readings before, they may have told you that you have very balanced masculine and feminine, or like you understand the merging of like science and spirituality. There's definitely a sense of like divine creation in that these things, so that thing I was talking about, of you having created something that could definitely fit for a lot of you. Okay, let's actually get a card. Whee! Ha! Fancy that. New blueprints. Okay, we're gonna keep that out. And the star above is really standing out to me, and it does feel and that energy from before when I was saying I was seeing the colour blue. I don't know if I moved my hands then also, but the image I was seeing for the colour blue was, I feel like I said that, I don't know if I did, but I was seeing it like coming down through you, or yes, or it, it was like coming down through me, so I don't know if it was you were me, or if like you were the blue coming through to in another place. I don't know how to explain it. Ooh, we got heart chakra. I wonder if some of you are from the intro. I'm just seeing this heart chakra card in a very, very different way, or like, I don't get this card a lot in this deck, so it's like, oh. And since the last time, it's like I'm seeing it at a whole new level. See, both have like a really bright top, and I feel like they look quite the way I'm seeing them now is very similar, or like there's an undercurrent. Yeah, okay, so how do I explain this? There's an undercurrency of similarity between you and something, and this thing looks very different. So if it's a person, it's like you and this person, at your core, you're like, you have the same core, or like extremely similar, but you may look very different externally, or your like humanness is very different. Whereas if this is like a creation, it's like there's a core to this creation that most people won't recognize, or like maybe some people, like I don't want to already say like, yeah, most people aren't gonna see the core of it, but that's what I feel like. And I looked up at 4444, I feel like most people won't see the core of this creation. And I think that with that star coming from above and it being on the blueprint card, it's like there's such a divinity to the core of this thing that it could definitely frustrate you, or maybe in the past it would have caused you to doubt what you knew this creation to be, or this person, whatever this thing is. It could be multiple for the same, like for you, single person watching, like it could be multiple for just one person. So yeah, there's something very divine about the core of something within your life. This could be you. Maybe you are the one that is often misunderstood because of the way that you express yourself, or the way that you look, the levels of your aura that other people sense and is very naturally picked up on by humans. That part, like, they're only seeing a lot of people will only feel the first couple layers, but there's so much more, and I want to say like how different it is, or it's like it's not necessarily different to you, because you understand how the center like ripples out into the outer layers of the aura. It's like the way that it comes across, that is the core of it, but it's also, without seeing both, it could be, or without understanding the truth of both, it could be difficult to really see their similarities, because I'm seeing them very like clairvoyantly. I want to say like it looks very different, but it feels the same. Like the core ripples out throughout it all. I feel like that invention message is coming through in this, in that it's like you are someone who understands where things come from. You understand why things work the way they do, or why things are the way they are, or like you, and yeah, again with that like oneness concept of like existence, you see yourself in others and others in you. Like there's this sense of everything makes sense to you, but because that's such like a profound understanding, a lot of people might just not get it. Simply put, what was the message of the invented thing? Because when I said that, I was actually trying to trail off into another direction, but I got taken elsewhere. Now I want to hold the obsidian. Yeah, roots. There's something about where you come from versus where you are. Okay, it could be that you have like been on just the craziest, longest, like deepest spiritual journey, but you act the same as you did at the start. Like the same though, that's the whole point. It's like, you know that it's coming now. The way you interact with the world, the way you exist is like so different from the way you used to exist. However, other people may see your personality as being exactly the same, and thus they don't really understand the truth of your personality. Is that coming through? Yeah, I'm feeling like it's like a diagonal yes. I don't know what meaning that has, or why I felt such a draw to saying that. A diagonal yes. I'm gonna get my crystal. I found these two on a beach when I was a child, and that diagonal yes felt like this crystal. That's kind of cool. I've heard about people saying like crystals speaking, and like for me it's always been that I feel the crystal and like I sense their essence, but I've never felt like they like spoke to me. But that just felt like this guy spoke to me. Like I guess it's like I don't usually view crystals with like I view them with souls, but not like personalities. But this time it felt like a it's kind of like, this time it was human. A human personality. Interesting. Like a spirit guide. Like it felt more, or like, and what is the meaning of me expressing all of this? Is that, again, that you experiencing something, maybe yourself, in such a different way to most people, and even if they like, some people may think, this is the thing, some people may think they understand because they understand something very similar, but it's like, it's not actually similar, it's like they think it's similar. You have reached, I want to say, like a level of enlightenment that is not often found. And so even when you speak your words, even if you explain what you have found, it's like most people are going to hear it in the way that they're going to hear it. Most people won't be able to feel the depth of what you're saying. I'm trying to draw it back to the message in that, but I think it's already been brought through. There's more, there are more messages here. Let's get the spirit of the animals. Because I feel like I'm circling around the same thing, but not really A, saying it concisely, and B, well, then I just heard, well, maybe it's not something you can say concisely. That's the whole point, where you have to keep getting at different layers, because it's like so concise that it just cannot be expressed within one human words, or it can be, but it would I was just gonna say it would be me just like looking at you, but then I realized that that's not words. Okay, what do we have for pile number 1? Root chakra, obsidian card. Wow. I want to note that when I said in my head inventors, then they like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards cards came out, and at the back is Ram, perseverance. Such grounded energy here. I'm feeling like maybe the collective of people that I will be connecting with, or do connect with during these readings, is like quite split. Like half of them are like divine masculine and half are divine feminine. You feel very divine masculine. It's like you're extremely tapped into, like, you had the water card prop up is how I want to say that. It's like you're extremely connected to your femininity, but you and yourself are very divine masculine. You have such a security, such a presence. Yeah. It's like people can really rely on you. And then the other collective feels, because it kind of feels split into, the other collective is just so divine feminine. Like they feel like the moon, or like owls. Owls. And what is the purpose of me bringing that through? I want to note just how I feel like you would really benefit from understanding like where people get their information from, or maybe you are very particular about finding where people get their information from, because it's like I feel like a lot in this reading I am telling you my thoughts, and then it's like I'm showing you my process almost. It's like I'm saying what has occurred, and then I'm also saying, okay, what does that mean? Like, I'm not just noticing what has occurred and thinking to myself and then saying the message to you. It's like I'm taking you each step of the way, it feels like, and I feel like that's something that you are both really skilled at doing yourself with others. Like, I would be willing to bet that you're a very good teacher. You allow people to understand. It's because you understand why. You're not just giving someone the answer, you're helping them get to that answer themselves, because you understand how you got to that answer yourself. It's like you're not teaching a kid to memorize like the times table. You're teaching them like, okay, this is how you multiply. Like, this is a formula in order to multiply, so that you can multiply any single number for the rest of your life. It's like I feel like there's such like root chakra, there's such a foundational energy. Like, you want to provide something for someone, or like there's just like this providing energy that you have, that you want people to be able to sustain themselves. Like, now I'm questioning why is that message coming up? But I'm also noticing now this isn't exactly an energy I'm feeling now that I can put into words. So there's like a sense of you needing to come to peace with not knowing something. I wonder if, particularly if you are not used to readings a lot, like if you've come to someone else as a form of trying to understand something from a new perspective. It's like, I wonder if you've almost like exhausted your own vision, your own way of understanding something, and now you're trying to like gain a perspective that is not your own to enhance your own. Okay, so the message there is also like the way you work is you don't take on other people's truths. So you hearing every single thing that is my perspective of you, you're not like, even if you're hearing all my words, and even if you were to take in all my words as truth, and say you came to a realization about your own situation, your own self, because of the words I am saying, it's your own realization. It's not come like outside in, it's more like outside, reflect, you see what you see from that, and an epiphany comes from the inside core outward. I hope that made sense. It's like there's just like an integrity feeling, a feeling of you doing it yourself. Like it's like this, it's reminding me of the Enneagram number 5. They kind of use all experiences as a way of understanding like reality in like everything that exists or that they learn gets filtered back into their own perception of reality, into their own like mathematical equation that they're building of like, this is what reality is. And so like everything, it's like the lens that they put over their eyes, and that they take in every information through, or like they understand where everything they receive, like they bring it back and they place it somewhere. They like use it as parts in the teddy bear that they're building. It's like anything that you'd be taking from a pick a card reading would be like, okay, so like this is affirming to me that the left arm really does go in the like external socket 0.9. Like I don't know, I just keep wanting to say like it's all your own wisdom. So I wonder if there's like a little bit of unsureness that you have of like whether it's okay to trust something that someone else is providing you with or sharing with you, or like something that you think is like, okay, they seem like they're saying the truth, but the message guidance here is like, you're not ever taking anything as theirs, it's always yours. It's always because again, it just goes back to that understanding that nothing is yours or theirs. It's just like oneness. It's not taking their truth as now your truth. It's just understanding how you perceive reality, both with truth and without truth. I don't know if it's like I understood what it was, and then I tried to say it and then it came out wrong. I've realised that I've laid out the cards, but I haven't shown you. Or looked at them. It's like I've been staring at these cards, but not taking in any of their messages. But now I'm being told you have. I have been taking in their messages, but not consciously. It's like that message. I hope that some of you understand that without me saying anything. It's like you just take it in. I forgot already, so some of you must have understood what that meant because now it's gone. So we've got moose with wisdom, elk with nobility. Didn't I say something? Did I say the word humility, or was that a word that came to my mind that I didn't say? Puffin, partnership. So again, there's that self and other, which I seem to have been speaking quite a lot on. Cougar, assertive. I just saw an image of someone like taking like medicinal herbs or like weed or like, I don't think it was weed, I feel like it was something more potent. It was like they were about to set off on a journey, but it did look green. I don't know. It's kind of like I'm now getting into that kind of state. I wonder if you like the word psychology came to mind then. I wasn't trying to say that. I can't even think of that word now. Like psychedelics, that's the word. And Black Jaguar, Old Soul, this is one of my favourite cards. And Orca. And Puffin. But like, not I'm not saying Puffin. These like, this is probably my favourite card in the deck, joined with the Snow Leopard, and this is my second card. Favourite card. And it's more like this one is my joint. This is my second favourite. I don't know, the Orca one is weird. It's like I will have a message for you after saying this. There's a reason, but I will continue to say it. Yeah, it's like there's a message of like, even the most mundane things are divine. It's like, I don't know how to explain this other than by saying like I'm seeing someone who is very like jokey or like very playful and in a way that is just like purely for play, and maybe and is like kind of questioning, like maybe you've been in kind of a psychedelic-y like deep diving state for a long time, and now you're remembering the part of your personality that is just like, I just heard the word pointless. It's like now you're questioning who you are, and I feel like you're coming back to, it's like a deepening of maturity of that play. It's like, again with that start, it's like you're now, yeah, this is what this whole reading is about. Now I'm seeing like that as like a rainbow. It's like where we've come from is play, lightheartedness, and then you've gone on like a really deep, serious journey of understanding and integrating and just coming to divinity. And now you're at like the just before completion, which is play, and you're seeing that play and you're seeing it and you're going like, that's where I came from. Or you're seeing that other people are seeing you, and or like, I kind of feel like you might be a little psychic, like you'll be, before you've done something, before you've stepped into an energy, you already know the kind of response that you'll get for that energy. So now you're coming back to play. I'm getting really hot. I've heard people say that they get hot through channeling. I'm gonna open the window actually too. Yeah. Wow. Oh, the sheep are like all gone. That felt like a message. The sheep are all gone. They're not, they're just in the other field. Orca. Is this related to that like psychedelic energy? It's like there's a wash of something gone through me. It feels like a soul, like it feels deep. It feels deep. I'm gonna pick the obsidian back up. Okay. So essentially we just see that you're a playful person who came from play and is returning to play, and this time you are returning to play from a state of enlightenment. A state of wisdom, of understanding the truth of play. So maybe that thing that I was seeing at the start from maybe like other people's perspective on one thing, like with actually more like what I was saying with the crystal part, it was like one person, the energy's gone now again, but it's, can I get it back from going to the core? See, again, it's like I feel like with you I want to try my very best to like explain to you how I'm getting this. I wonder if you're like a skeptic of like channel. You don't seem like a skeptic, like you seem like someone who would be a master at this yourself, at like channeling energies. But you also seem like you've reached your divinity in another way. And so like seeing this is more, I don't know, maybe you are averse to pick a cards. And because again, the message I was trying to say just then was like, I keep trying to, like wanting to do the best that I can to explain how I'm getting to all these messages, or like where they're coming from. I feel like you're quite observant, like you would just, like, like part of the reason why you're watching this might just be out of curiosity, or it's just a bit of like a watching energy. Okay, so is that it? It's kind of lightening up now. From play, there's a message that was so close to me being able to get out. Something to do with how what I thought was other people's perceptions of you was actually your previous perception of you versus your future perspective / your now perspective of you. I feel like you're just before the future. Okay. 1 year. 1 year. Okay. That might be it for your reading. Runes. Okay. 1 rune to fill them all. 1 rune. I'm hearing that like Lord of the Rings, or is it The Hobbit? I don't know. I presume Lord of the Rings. Like 1 ring to rule them all. 1 ring. I don't know if there's more to that. Okay, we got Raido, which is movement. If you like anime or manga, maybe you like Aharen-san. What's the full name of that? Aharen-san were... I've got my laptop right here. I'm gonna look it up. If you don't want to wait, then goodbye. Thank you for coming. I have enjoyed this exchange. It's like Aharen-san doesn't know how to, like, doesn't know distance, perception. Can't, why am I clicking that? There's like this energy of also, like, I kind of feel like you know this about yourself, that you can get really wrapped up in stuff, but it's like you haven't lately. It's like maybe in the past you used to get really wrapped up, like your head, it's something about your mind, like the way your mind works, that you used to like get really wrapped up in stuff, or something like disorienting or something unhealthy that used to like get you, or just the way you worked, that you've cleared, but now you're kind of starting to like want to delve into similar things, or maybe like now you can use that same ability but in a way to, like, for example with psychedelics, like maybe in the past you used to work with psychedelics but it was from a space of like escapism and avoidance, or like maybe it wasn't helpful, and now you're getting to a state where you're kind of feeling that energy again, and you're feeling maybe inspired to delve into them again, and but this time it's from a new space of like you would really be able to like use it in a healthy way, but also like what you would get from it would be very like divinely, it's like even if it was divine, everything is divine, right? It's like you would be able to recognize the divinity more and more within it this time round, and that could just be a mindset. Like this could be, we've got partnerships too, this could be like the way you used to interact with relationships. It's like maybe you used to get really wrapped up in relationships, but it was in an unhealthy way, and now you're feeling like you want to feel into that energy of being more deep with your partner, or having a partner, or exploring partnership more. And maybe you're a little bit like, like I know, I recognize this energy, it's from a bad time, or it's like it wasn't in health, but now it's like that there can be a releasal of control and flowing with this energy as opposed to against it. There's a new episode of Witch Watch. This feels really weird. It's like, this feels like my personal life, having like my laptop down here and like having that on here. I don't know, it just feels weird. What does that mean? Well, it's like what I want to keep saying, like that there's messages, good messages coming through with this though. It's like when I go down, it's like I'm not thinking and I'm just doing anything to find. It's like I'm trying to find something without using my brain. It's like, and when I'm realizing that, I'm kind of getting scared. Like, okay, I think maybe that's the message for someone. Haren-san wa hakarenai. And what is hakarenai? Hakare. Indecipherable. I love that I couldn't like say the English version, which is like my native language. Indecipherable. But I feel like it's more, isn't it like that Aharen can't decipher? Oh no, basically Aharen is like a really, really small girl. So like the kind of trope is that I'm trying to understand is is it that because she's so small, like the world around her, like it's that because she always goes like way up close to talk to people. She doesn't, or like way back, like she doesn't know how close or far to be because she's so small. But then my mind was just then going like, is it the other way around? Like because she's so small, other people have a hard time like understanding distance wise, because I don't know, that makes more sense to my brain, but it's not that. And in this anime, which is where this has come from, / manga, Raido, not spelt in the same way, but Raido is the other main character, which is Aharen's boyfriend. So what does that mean? Raido's always is all about movement, travel, progression. Yeah, I feel like it's like you've got to where you are because you are moving, and maybe like where that is taking you can leave you a bit unsure, or like you are questioning if it's really okay to keep moving, because where you're moving to, you can see that it's like mirrored to your past. It really is like, I'm seeing it like a rainbow. It's like, and it's mirrored, like this would be the center of your journey, this is the beginning of your journey, and this is the end of your journey, and you're like here. And I don't by end I mean like a spiritual finding yourself, not like literal end. Maybe some of you like you were lost and you were found. Yes. And you're like almost found. And it's like this is mirroring this time in your life, which would have been a time where you were quite lost. And now you're like, do I really dabble in that again? And it's like, yes, that's a part of the journey. And you're not going, yeah, okay, that's what it is. It's like, you're not going backwards, you're going forwards. You're moving. Yeah, I love that, because the energy when you work with any like object of divination is often interpreted like the energy is present, and sometimes if it's in reverse, people or one can read it as your like your perspective is flipped on it. I want to express now that I had the energy of it, but again, as soon as I started to say it, it's like I blank. I don't know what it was anymore. It's like I know what it is, and then as soon as I start to express it, 4 options come of what it could be, and I know it's one of them that I was thinking of, but I don't know which one it is anymore. And okay, it took a while to get to this realization, but I'm laughing because it's gone already. But that's the whole point. That is the whole point, and I don't get what that is, but that is the point. The point is, okay, it could definitely be again with this whole perception thing. It's like you will never be able to prove what you know, or your state of being, like of your enlightenment. This could also be like with that psychedelic reference. Is like you have, like, you did go on a journey, but you might not be able to prove it to anyone. It's like you may have met like a crystal being, but you'll never be able to prove it. And it's like maybe you can feel it, you can remember its heart, but as soon as you go to say it, you're like, actually I don't know it at all, and like, was it this or this, like, and then you start, maybe I feel like you don't doubt that you did know it, but it's like other people then might start to doubt if you really did know it. Okay, there's another message also. It's like I feel like I keep touching on the core of everything for you, but I can't. It's like I'm just like, this reading is really long, and I think primarily it's because I myself am intrigued by this energy. It's because in its essence it is intriguing, because it's not touchable. It's like I just remembered that there was more that I could say about the Rydor rune, but I don't want to. It's like I could say it and it could resonate, but it's not important. It's like I saw that message. I could feel what, I guess, like I saw the timeline of me saying that message, and then from my perspective, from here, it just seemed like there's no point. It's so small. It's like what you are searching for is not even like, that's just a grain. It's it's like you want something really profound and deep, and I just it feels like anything I can say with words just won't touch the surface of what you know, or what you feel, or what you want. I feel like it's what you want, and with this Puffin Partnership card in the center, it definitely could be that you really want a connection, and what I just saw was like being on a dating website, and like you going to write your profile, and you being like, there's no word, like, what do I say? Like there's no words that can describe what I want, because it's kind of like you know what you want, you know exactly what you want, but how can you possibly describe that? There's an essence, like, or an energy of that. Like, ironically, I feel like you would be someone who would be really good at like profiles, or like, I don't know, writing out something in a very deliberate, like, again with that message of teacher, like you'd be good at I feel like you'd be really good at putting words to concepts, or words to describe anything, because I think you do view life in a very practical way. in a very like, I understand, or I want to understand. It's like, if I don't yet understand, I want to, I will. Yeah, very like, now I'm seeing like the fabric of the universe, and I'm seeing it like it is something that we can actually perceive. It's not like it's not like pure light. It's like it has threads and stuff. I'm gonna have to leave your reading at some point, right? Is it finished? Yeah, I'm gonna finish it there because I really think that there's nothing I could say in a reading to give you an answer that you're seeking, or just to put words to who you are, or put words to what you're experiencing. Yeah. Very, very interesting energy. It's like so... the word like high vibrational came to mind, and yet so grounded. Very cool, very cool. Okay, so pile number 1. I love you very much. This has been cool. And sayonara. Bye bye. I will keep the camera on because I'm going on to pile 2 though, so just like, see ya. Okay. Hello, pile number 2. You chose Earth, number 24. The frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to this physical plane by showing us the beauty of all the aspects of our Great Mother and revealing the more ethereal, spiritual aspects of our nature. And I want to get straight into... in my head I said your cards. First of all, you have a very, very calming energy about you. It makes me want to be more deliberate with my words, and it makes me feel like the way you interact with others is very deliberate and calming, and the reason is because you yourself wish others were like that for you. It's like you may have had a lot of experiences in your life of people being too harsh, not necessarily with words, but with what I'm feeling is like the energy is very harsh. Like the reason why you're so kind, I want to say, the reason why you're so kind, why you put heart into every communication that you have, is because your own heart has been hurt with the way that others have communicated with you. Again, with that communicating, that word, it's not just with words, it's more like just that relationship between self and other. And I feel like maybe within this whole process of going through these energies, Earth, like Gaia, this planet, has been a relief for you. And she will continue to be a relief for you. Ooh, yes. Oh, that's adorable. We got the World card. And it was that just as I was tapping strongly into Earth herself. Like, for you, I think I might want to, and by the way, the card says, I celebrate life and welcome new energy with the crystal of titanium quartz. Ooh. I haven't had this come to my mind for ages, but now I've been brought to the song, like Titanium. I'm pretty sure it's called Titanium. I think it's by someone really famous. And we have Emperor at the back of the card, and then 10 of Pentacles under that. So I really wanted a channel for you when I saw that World card. Channel Gaia. And this is really interesting because when I go to think of channeling, at least like today, I was thinking vocally, and I was thinking either with like toning or with, yeah, that could, you might really like toning, like, or just saying, you know, like om, like at different vibrations. It's like, I feel like you have this energy of you really like to be, and you have such like an incredible space holding ability for being with others. People feel so loved around you because you are so loving, and I'm feeling drawn to how I said that, because I wanted to, because I emphasized that I said because you are that loving. I wonder if you're aware that other people find you loving and yet you still question if you are. A little bit of like mischievous energy wanted to come through there. I'm now connecting to like sprightly energy? Sprites. I don't know what sprites quite are, but I love their energy. See, I feel like you might consider yourself to be quite like airy or fiery. It's like naturally you're very like moving. However, like in this realm you seem to be like, compared to others that you're seeing, you're really gentle and you're really earthly and motherly and, or fatherly, I guess. It's just like holding, so holding. And yet when you look at others in this, and yet that's the point, because you are looking at others and seeing the comparison. Like, you to me feel so nurturing and like watering and like water and earth, and yet like I feel like you might consider yourself more airy and fiery, because I feel like, I want to say like that's the essence of who you are, but you're just kind also. The way I'm seeing this is like, as a soul you're very playful and very energizing, but as a human you're very nourishing and slow. I think that either you already do, and this is, I guess, just confirmation or a reflection of that. So you either already do, or it would really benefit you to work with moving energies, or Mercury. I feel like doing more Mercs. There's another one, so if you can think of it, that could definitely be one. I feel like you are a very natural energy worker, and whether you have delved as deeply into it as you would like or not, or like if you have, whether you have delved into it deeply or not, you have. It's like, it's in the essence of your soul. You just know it. You've done it before. You play with it naturally, even with that Mercury message coming through. It's like, and I began this by saying how you communicate is so deliberate, and I feel like you may be conscious of that or you may not be, but I don't think you're conscious to the full extent of it, the full extent of how healing your words are, and that can be not only to others but to you too. And I want to note how I work with energy very well. Like if you're sensitive to energy, you'll be able to feel or sense that I'm working with energy very naturally here. But I haven't. It's because I flow with it. It comes naturally to me. It's not, and that's the same as you. It's not because I haven't done any courses or had any I haven't sought it out. That's what I want to say. And I feel like there's a call to you to recognize that even if you have sought it out, or even if you would like to seek it out, that does not change the fact that you are already with it. Like, I want to say, like, you're how do I want to word this? The more you allow yourself to tap into what comes naturally to you already, the more you'll feel the energy that you work with. And I like how I'm saying work with, so you already do this. I want to get a sacred... I want to get an animals card for you, actually, and then maybe sacred sea. Animals stroke dragons on my sushi box. Not sushi, rice box. Sushi rice. Okay. What cards do we have? I wanted to call you for Mother Gaia. So you definitely resonate a lot with Mother Gaia, I'm sure. And that might be why you resonate with water a lot, perhaps, because like Earth is like she done got a lot of water in her. You got Ladybird, that's so beautiful, with a lot of this green energy coming through, and I want to note, and yellow, like greeny yellow. It feels like a higher version of green. And now I'm noticing how golden the energy is, like, so it's like, this is like yellow, it feels like, it's like green and yellow, but then there's like the tips, or like the strings woven through are golden. Yeah, gold can speak to like mastery energy. I love the energy of golden. This is quite golden. B. Spread heart healing with joy. Yeah, heart healing. That is what this is. Woo! And we've got a dragon energy. Fire and water dragon. Enables your life to flow with loving force. Prepare for change and move forwards quickly. Expect the unexpected. Have fun. I feel like this is more talking about who you are as a soul. I almost might need to be labeling this video as who are you? That seems to be what I'm talking about. You have such a beautiful energy. Like, I keep wanting to like giggle, but in like a really like, it's like a cross between nurturing and cheeky. Very like sprightly, but or like fairy, like there's lots of things. What I was gonna say with this is like, it's the energy of fire and water that wants to come through, with definitely like in the form of dragon. It has that movement, but it's like the message I want to convey is it's not what it's bringing, it's just that it's bringing it. And I think that that goes to you. This is the back of the deck, by the way. That relates to you in who you are. It's not how you affect others. It's not what you do for others. It's just what you are or what you do. It's like there's such a purity to what you do. And I feel like you may have had the inclination to overanalyze the way you communicate, or just the way you are, particularly in reference to others. I think in like I keep seeing it like speaking in particular, the way you communicate. I think that you have looked at that, you have thought about that a lot, or you have gained a lot of like conscious awareness for while you're speaking. And I feel like you may have had a tendency, or like maybe lately you've been almost over exaggerating the parts of it that you like, or the parts of it that you think are good, or the parts that you recognize are having particular influence on others with. But this is your call to remember that here's what it is. I feel like because maybe in the past you've been insecure about who you are, and then recently you've come to your knowing and vision of, oh, this is who I am. Like, I am nurturing, I am loving, I do communicate in that way, and that does affect others. And so you may have kind of built an ego around that, or you may have leaned into it to the degree where it's actually coming from an insecurity. And I think you may find that like you have a fear around letting go of that ego of being nurturing, because you're afraid that if you let go of like your attachment to I have to be nurturing, you're afraid that that will mean that you're not. And what you'll find is that you are nurturing, but the way to find stability within that is allowing yourself to not need to be nurturing. I'm noticing myself wanting to say, to reassure you, like, no, you are nurturing. Like, no, don't worry. You can let go of the attachment because you are, and you'll find that you are anyway. But I don't want I'm now going to say, like, I don't want to say that. It's just funny because I just said it. But I don't want to say it because the whole point is that you are lovable even if you weren't that. It's just you are intrinsically lovable. You don't need to be nurturing. I feel like maybe you have defined yourself a role to play. Like, you are the motherly one, or you are the caretaker, or you are the fatherly one, you are the support system. Like, you are nice, or you are healing. I feel like you've defined yourself a role, and I feel like you're coming to a state now where that has limited you, and perhaps that has actually provided you with a lot of growth up till now, especially if you came from believing that you weren't who you are, which is that role. Perhaps it's like it was necessary for you to find that truth, but now that you've found that truth, you can let it go. yeah I think your reading is really clean and precise, and I think I might even end it there. But did I say I wanted another? Yeah, that's it. We'll get you another card from Sacred Sea Oracle. Yeah, I kind of feel like you are... It all seems very clean, and I think that comes from you being very diligent with your awareness of self. So it's like, once you recognize that there's like, that once you recognize that there's an attachment, you'll immediately be like, oh, okay, I've got it. Like you know what to do with it. Yeah. I keep finding myself like getting like really passionate and then realizing what I've done. Yeah, realizing what I've done and then coming back to the gentleness. And I don't know if that's a pattern that you have. And I'm not sure if that's something that you deliberately bring yourself back once you get too passionate. And maybe if that's something to question. Yeah. Again, I want to say, like, there's a lot I could get into with that, explaining why and just like the psychology behind that, but I feel like you don't need that, so I'm just gonna leave the message there. Sea goddess of sensuality. Celebrate romance. With that message of like, am I diving in too quickly? That kind of energy, and then bringing yourself back. There's an energy of trust that you're developing, and it's coming from not needing to be any certain way. That was interesting there. 3 cards, I think, or like a cluster of cards almost wanted to come out, but then they didn't. It's kind of like they were saying hello, they were making their presence known, but they didn't want to come in and provide a steady message. That's pretty cool. I just saw 4-4. I thought it was 4-4-4-4, but it's actually 46-44. Sea goddess of self-mastery, embodiment. I was looking at the card that I just got for you because this one feels like mastery too. Maybe it's just the golden energy. Oh, golden green again. How golden green are you? Is your aura golden green? We've got purple and a bit of purple. Whoa, actually a lot of that. Those colors are kind of cool. I'm gonna have to move the camera down so I can show you. Also green. Oh, for you this might be the message. I put this up and I felt like there was a message in the fact that I really wanted to put the roots up, and this is the top of the tree down. And I think the reason that's coming through for you is because it's like all the energy is there. It's like you are who you think you are, and you're still going to be who you think you are after, but there's still a call to release that you're that person. But it's also like, the way I'm seeing this is mastery. I don't know how to explain it other than like it's very spiritual in that it's like where most people's roots are the ground, it's like your roots is the sky, like yours is divinity, like you're my feminine. I found like with the groups, with the collective energies that I tap into, I think that half of them are very divine masculine and half of them are very divine feminine, and the divine feminines are extremely intuitive, and I feel like that's you. Or at least the collective that I've recently been tapped into. Yes. So yes, this goes 23 and 24, but we got the 24 first, and then the 23, which just feels like this. It feels like to you the like hardest part. The hardest part is the first part you do, and then you have to work your way back, which is the same message of that. It's like you already found your divinity, and then you have to like release the thing that most people would have to release in order to find divinity. It's like you are already connected. Very, very spiritual. That's so cool. Okay, I just moved the cards up so when I put the camera down you can see them. Can you see that? It seems... Okay, well, we'll just shuffle them in a bit, like this. I know! This is, like, weirding my senses. Okay, so, yeah, it's, like, a lot of yellow and green. And I wonder if the reason why I'm doing this is because you work, if you're very intuitive and pick up your own messages, it's like, I wonder if you're quite clairvoyant, like you like to see the energy. Or maybe you're just very used to pick a card readings where they show the cards, and so that is like a skill that you have developed naturally, that maybe you're not, that's not your like primary gift, but maybe it's like the strongest right now because of the amount of like muscle strength that has built with it. But this might be a message like actually you have like very natural abilities in other areas, and these two too, like the golden green and like the tiny bit of purple being like this purple, and this purple at the top of this card. Okay. Okie dokie dokie. Oh, I feel like I didn't read Ladybird except happiness and good fortune. Maybe I did, but I didn't take in that energy. Accept happiness and good fortune. You're just like a ray of sunshine, aren't you? You have such a wonderfully healing energy to you. It's like if I could bottle you up into like a crystal, I would just love to bring that crystal with me like every day, everywhere. It's like you have such like an energy that I just want to like hold, and not like I want to hold you, but it's like I want to hold you for me. Like this is in a very self-fulfilling way. So you may find that a lot of people around you are the same way, like they just can't get enough of your energy. It's like you feel like a sweet, like a candy. So it's like sweet and light, but it's like in a way that I could keep eating you. It's like it's like you're not too rich or too potent. It's like you're just enough. Yeah, wonderful energy, and I think I will leave it at that and move on to pile number 3. Yes, okay, bye bye. I love you very much. And the camera will remain on as I just kind of bring about the next pile. Welcome in pile number 3. I almost said pile number 2, and I want to note that I'm not done really clearing the second pile. So there could be things that you are like transitioning through, and you may have this sense of clarity for what you're stepping into in such a way that you don't really feel like you need to prepare, because it's like you were prepared like years ago for this. I'm seeing this very past lifey, and like your soul is prepared and you are connected with your soul, and thus you are prepared. I'm feeling very it's like a blue but very square energy, and it feels like everything is laid out for you, and that you're either, this is available to you. This is available for you to know now in advance. Okay, cool energy. Cool energy. I also want to note that the other 2 piles. I had previous things from other piles out, and I wanted to keep them there as kind of like checkpoints. And then when it came to your pile, I was like, no, I need to put the previous piles away. And yet I still felt cluttered. So you might have just released some things from your life because you recognized that you couldn't move to the next phase of your life with them, and yet you're still not in the new phase, or you haven't brought in this new something that you're seeking that has relation to what you let go of, and that you're still, it's like you've let go of the primary things, but you still haven't let go of like what came with them. So for example, if this is previous connections, like friends or partners or family, it's like, or work or anything really, you've let go of them, but you haven't let go of the mindset that you were entangled with surrounding them. It's kind of like the reason why you have to let go of them. You haven't let go of that. So if it, like, to put this in more palatable words, it's like if they smoke, and because they smoke you always end up smoking with them, when you've now let go of them because you're like, I'm trying to quit, and they're not good for me, like, because they're smoking. This is just an example, by the way. You've let go of the root of the reason why you kept smoking, but you haven't actually stopped smoking. That explains the energy that I was feeling, but not in a way that resonates. I want to, not because of the example I gave, but kind of because of the example I gave, but more so because of the there's a lot to this, because I think that this is very spiritual in nature. Maybe giving a very mundane or a very practical example isn't helpful. Let's turn your card over. Okay, you have passion, 34. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance with this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. I really can't concentrate on that last bit of card, and I'm gonna close my window. I just like slipped on the cards like a banana peel. That's so fun. In the previous pile, or maybe the pile before that, I think it might have been the pile before that actually, I got up and looked out the window like I just did, and the sheep were all gone from the field, and now they're all back again. And there's something significant about that. I feel like the main reason that I was aware of that was for you. It's like, it was important for the first pile, but in a more abstract way, and for you it feels very important. That's the way that it wants to come through. And it relates with the card being passion, because it's like there's a lot going on for you right now. But I want to say, more than anything, it's a lot in the spiritual realms. It's like, I kind of feel like you're rewriting the story of your life. Like, that's really exciting. That's so exciting. Yeah, like passion. I feel passionate about this. It's like, I feel like you might have done something unexpected. Like, you as a soul, or with your like guides or whoever, spirit, family, you like decided what you wanted this life to be. But I feel like you did something unexpected, and you allowed that room for that unexpected too, for you to decide that with free will. But it was nevertheless, it was nevertheless unexpected. And because of that, a lot is shifting in the higher realms to accommodate for this. And there's something like cheeky about it. I wonder if some of you even like saw what your path was, like energetically or like psychically, intuitively, and then you were like, no, I don't want that. There's something so cheeky about it. Like, but like genuinely cheeky. Like you're like, it's like verging on naughty. Like I love that. You're really claiming this life as your own. It's like, I am not my soul right now. I am not the like extent of source. I am not everythingness. I am not the collective. I am me. And I'm gonna choose the life I want. And it's like, I feel like that is the intent that you had in one way or another. It's like you knew you wanted to be able to embody this strength of character, this knowing yourself and choosing from your fullest self, from your most me. Like you knew that you wanted that like Aries energy of like, I'm going after what I want. I'm making it happen because I want that. But I feel like you didn't plan for it necessarily this way, or maybe you like grabbed the reins earlier than you thought you would, or there's something unexpected and it's making me happy and laugh. But I'm kind of like sensing it could be something like dark, or like it could be, I think maybe a lot of readers or like a lot of people in general might, like if they saw this, they might think that like you did something wrong, or you did something bad, or like evil, like immoral, like I don't know. I feel like, but I love it. Like I'm loving this energy because it doesn't feel like it's having like a particularly negative influence over you. It just feels like you're like a bolstery kind of person, or like I don't know, it's just the energy of you going after what you want. Like an example just came to mind, and this did mention, did it? No, it didn't. Well, what an example that came to mind was like, you had decided at this time in your life that you were going to be in a relationship with a particular soul, but then you met them, and then your human, like you were like, no, I don't want to be with them. Like, actually no, like I've changed my mind, like I want a new one, like let's go on an adventure, like I'm so happy, and I'm still packing away from the previous pile, which is so interesting. Again, maybe you entered into like a new phase of your life, or like you entered something earlier, and so it's like because you did it earlier, you now are juggling like this new thing, but also clearing like what you were still getting over. Like maybe the universe, or like not the universe, maybe like on a soul or like spirit guides level, you had planned. What had you planned? My throat just became so much clearer then. That's really interesting. There's like a level of authority that you have brought through with yourself that is what you've always been seeking, but it's just, it came through in a sudden way, or like, what is this? I want to know. And what was I saying? I want to know what I was saying also. So fiery you are. Maybe a couple of you have Welsh heritage. I live in Wales, and I don't have the accent, but a lot of Welsh people say like you are, like after. I don't know quite how to explain this well. It's like they'll say like I'm trying to think of any sentence right now, like you're kind, you are, like not like you are kind, it's like oh you're kind, you are, like they'll add you are at the end. And that also makes me laugh. Like I love the Welsh accent, and it makes me laugh sometimes because it's like jovial, or like it feels like it feels like Leo-y. And that this whole energy feels it like it could be quite Leo-y because it is quite like playful but also headstrong and very fiery. Very fiery. There's a fly outside my room, but it feels like, I don't think it actually is, but if I were in my ideal reality, I don't know, it just also feels like a fire, not a firefly, but like a fly that is of the essence of fire. Maybe it has a very fiery soul. That's just the way I'm seeing it right now. There's something like so new coming in for you, and it just makes it just invigorating. Wow. Okay, we have freedom. Exactly. Furred and feathered friends. So yeah, that message about the fly, there's something about that. Maybe you want to connect with the fly spirit, or maybe you are flying away. I was not trying to find that, but then maybe some of you just want to move abroad. We got the violet flame. I'm really loving this energy. And freedom. It really is like, and pairing that with the passion card, it's so intense and potent and magical, but magical in like a deep intense. The word groovy keeps coming to mind, but I kept pushing it away like I'm not saying groovy. And then I ended up saying it, so that kind of follows the trail of what I feel like you have been in the midst of. There's so much going on for you in the spirit realm. Like there's so much love and support and yeah, I want to say like you making this decision is so supported. Like you are loved no matter what you do, no matter who you choose to be, no matter what you embody. You are always divinely loved because we are. We are loved because we are. It's like there's maybe with that fly energy, it could be, they could crow, no raven, no crow, or jackdaw or something. Not a raven though. Is there looking, and they don't do that very often. When I was gonna say there could be some beings who want to communicate with you right now. Because I keep, yeah, I'm gonna have to flow into it because I'm just, this energy is coming through so strongly that it's like, if I don't start channeling more, it's like, notice how I've just started moving my hands. It's like the energy, there's just so much energy that it just needs more of a channel outwards. So you may be feeling that too, like you've got heightened everything, and so there's like more of a need to channel it through into something, or exercise. I mean, that is channeling it through to something, but maybe exercise is particularly helpful. So what is this energy? Ja si su nie tiesie. Asi su nie ea tu nie kie. I anyu su nie mnie tiesie. Asi su nie mjak tiesie sie nie. E to su nie nie ea nie kies. E kies is wa si nie. Si nie a tiesie. I nie ma tika. Aja katia. Wa si nie ma a tiesie. O si nie ma ne ka tiesie a ne ko fia. I can't express like how like excitable this is. It's like my humanness cannot embody this amount of excitement. It's like it's kind of like my face would melt and like break off if I were to embody the energy of these beings that are coming through me. And I feel like maybe these beings are a part of your soul family, or your origin, or your guides, or just your like higher self. It's just really it's like I want to go like really higher pitched and bring through, like, again, I can't over influence, over point at the fact that, like, I feel like if I were to embody the extent of this energy, my like head would break off from my body. Like I need to like scream, like okay, let's try and get you some messages, right? I just felt like a big like no, like this is it, like okay, for whoever this is for you. We don't need to push, because that was my mind thinking like I need to like stop and do the thing that I'm supposed to do. Like, who would want to be here for this? But this is what wants to come through, and it is okay for me to follow that. It's like, what is even funny? Like, I didn't hear any joke, but it's like, I'm like, they are like, it's like screaming. It's like I want to like I actually do want to get a card. We're gonna get runes instead. Yes, it's like I can't channel this high of an energy, because it just the way I can explain this is it goes into a dimension that I can't access. It's like, it's like, you know how dogs can hear frequencies that we can't? It's like that. It's just at a frequency that has no sound according to these ears. I wonder if, like, when I just did that, I was like, I wonder if I'm actually like bringing through that frequency now, because it's like, I don't feel like I am. Oh my god, that's so like, okay, yeah, it's like, it's so like, yes, you are, like, that is literally what channeling is. Like when I do this and bring through energy, like, that is bringing a sound through, and some beings receiving that will be able to feel, will be able to hear that. Just not most humans. Oh wow, that's so cool, you're receiving this energy. That's how high pitched it is. Maybe you're opening up to, maybe this, you know what it could be? You could have like opened your spiritual gifts. Spiritual gifts, such a weird word. Spiritual awareness, because it's like they're not like, I don't know, the word gifts just kind of gets me a bit. By the way, you got the Indus rune. Which is the seed, fertility. What was I saying? Spiritual gifts. Yeah, it's like the word gifts, because it's not a gift, it's just, I mean, I guess it is a gift. The gift is just like a vocabulary to describe something that is. Okay, I don't know if that made any sense, but essentially, I think that you may maybe what this thing was, either as well as like in tandem / reflection of something physical that you've done or been through, or I mean that you decided to do, embark on, change, shift, grow into, become, or just purely that you opened yourself up to an energy that was planned to be opened up to later, but you did it preemptively. And it's like, this could so be that you opened up to like guides, or like the Akashic records, or like a specific book in your Akashic records, or like, it feels so spiritual and so play, and so I love it, and this is my favorite. Like such a playful, spiritual, energetic, like other beings that I just heard in my head, like beings that are not humans. I wonder, you know those people who say like, oh yeah, I love dogs more than humans, or like, I'm sure they put it better than that, but or like I'm sure there are like memes about like people liking animals more than humans. Like I feel like you might be one of them. Like among the animals of Earth kind, you might have a preference like lesser than the humans and more to the others, like maybe particular the Earth kind of the like elementals, or that which we maybe just not Earth kind. maybe you are like particularly into like star seeds and where your soul comes from, or just higher energies, fairies. Come on, you've got to be a fairy, right? You have fairy lineage for sure. You've got to. Yeah, so with that Ingu's rune, this is it. This is your birthright. This is the seed that you planted, that you have like, oh, that's so beautiful. Beautiful. I was saying that particularly because I say beautiful, like my accent, like, why? My accent has come up a couple times now. I wonder why. But yeah, I don't know why I was saying that way. Maybe just because I'm channeling. Maybe you say like beautiful, not beautiful. This energy is beautiful. That's what I was trying to say. And what was the message that came through with it? I don't remember. What is it? I'm gonna hold your Labradorite crystal now. It just takes, your energy is just like, it just takes me up. So can you let me ground a moment so I can like come. That's what I was saying. So I think that you chose to or the reason that you are able to connect to higher frequencies at an earlier stage was because you opened your heart to it because you chose it in a really divine way. And I only now am noticing that these numbers mirror each other, 25 and 52. There's something like insanely beautiful about this, and I haven't said one of the messages that I was trying to say, but it's like there's just an opening. There is an opening here, like to that which you love. That's the whole point. It's like I feel like you might have been someone who really missed home. You missed where your soul like thrives, and for you I think you connect that with higher realms or with other realms, just somewhere else. Like you miss home, and I feel like this thing that you chose to do was like connect to home. And I feel like, or like even if it wasn't consciously, it's like you are, because of like your connection to love in whatever way that expresses itself, you are now open to energies of home for you. You are now open to home. And that can come through in so many ways, but the fact is that you have opened this channel and now you have that connection. So that thing about it being like something cheeky that maybe other people would deem as like immoral or just not, or is like negative, maybe it was that like people, if this is very spiritual in nature, like spiritual in nature, if this was very spiritual in nature, maybe other people thought you were like channeling demons, or like that you were, if this involved like you were around people who weren't supportive of a lifestyle of opening to loving beings, then maybe you let go of them. And then the message about like the smoking thing, you're still smoking, was like, but you were still not connecting to the beings even though they were gone, because you still felt like a shame around it, or like a fear of it, because they had fear and that had lingered on, it had spread into you and it was still lingering. And either in the near future or the past or the present, like this is like an awakening. Yes. Awakening at your core. Like look how all the light is, like all these blessings and bubbles and connections are around it, and that is what is like bringing, like that is what you're pointing at and being like, oh, I love that about my life. But it's coming all from the core. It's like the reason why you can see the light in these bubbles is because the light that is coming from within you shining out. That's a really cool way of seeing it. And it looks like a spider web too. There's so many layers to it. And there's such like an energy of, I want to say, this feels very much like Weaver of Worlds, which is the channel name, if in case you hadn't noticed. It feels okay in the most mundane, normal sense, because you literally are tapping into other worlds and weaving them into this one, having connections to everything, and then having this be the core of it, like being where you are and yet being elsewhere too, and it all being a here and now and this, and you all being you. What was the message? Weaver, spiderweb. See, the reason I thought of that was because I saw this like staff and bringing the energy from above and down. It's like, and it kind of feels like you're the girl. It's like you're directing the energy. It's like you could be like, take me for example, like channeling these energies. It could be that you are experiencing these energies because you're like tapping into something else and relaying it to someone else, and therefore you get to experience it. My point is like, it's coming from elsewhere and it's going elsewhere, but you get to experience it. I just said the same thing again, but my intention was to say something else. But it was to say that, but I thought it was something new, but it wasn't. It was the same thing. And I guess that could be a message in that, yeah, you may have previously had the perspective that these higher realms, these other beings, were new, like you are creating new connections to them, and in a sense you are, because you are this new version of yourself. However, these are beings that you already love and that you have already got experiences with, and that you actually know more than you know this realm, probably. Like, you're that home feeling again. It's like you're connecting with more of like who you are at your core, and who know the beings that know you so well and that you know so well already. This isn't new, this is you're connecting to old. But if we view time as non-existent, then we can see it in a different way, of course. Okay, I'm gonna leave you reading there. I feel like this is the last thing for me to put into the box, and now I've finally finished packing. I didn't realize that was still out. Packing the pile 2 stuff. Okay, I wanna do that. Okay, now I feel like I needed to do that in order to remember that I'm here doing a reading, like in order to say goodbye to you as me. Okay, this has been really, really fun. Thank you for letting me channel this energy. I think I might have to rewatch this because I think that this is gonna resonate with me. Like, I think this reading, like I use myself as an example at the end because I think that's, yes, true for me too. Okay, yes, thank you for letting me channel your energy. Namaste. May the God within me honor the God within you, and swap out the word God for whatever you want. So yeah, actually, swap out the word of any single word that I said in this entire video for whatever you want. Isn't that divinity? Isn't that existence at its finest? Okay, see ya!